How's it going, everybody? My name's Casey. Welcome to the Wild West Farmer. Today is February the 15th, and we're going to be working on this pivot rut filler that we are constructing. So Albert brought this massive hand grinder. That thing's big, Albert.
Get the heavy one.
Yeah. And so what we got to do is we got to get these cuts right here real square. We want this really nice. When we add our bar in here, we want to be the same distance from here to this bar. So I'm going to start cutting this long one. We're just going to get after it. We're going to try to get as much built as we can today. Ground up and beveled off. We're going to set this pipe in here second. And I'm going to start welding it in. And the guys are about to go to the barn and start cleaning this off. This is going to be our top mast. We robbed off a different plow. So we've got to clean all these old welds off and get this real squared up to where this will just set on top of there. We're also going to have to put this end cap. We'll cut it off the other side. We're going to clean this up really nice. That way that will go on this end and it'll match that side. We're going to get to welding. We got her welded on. Both sides. Now we're about to make some end pieces. Put a cap on that. We'll weld all the way around. We'll weld it up into here. She's coming together. We got this yellow piece going on. We've been welding here. Still got to weld these inside two pieces. We kind of had to rough cut these off, so they're a pretty challenge. A lot of gap there to fill, but they're turning out. They're looking pretty decent. We're burning the rods up, that's for sure. So we still have to weld the opposite side, and I'm not very good at welding upside down. Well, it didn't break off.
Not that the weld.
Yeah. So we gotta weld the bottom side up right quick on both sides, and then we'll flip it back over. Turned out nice. I think it looks better on the bottom than it looks on the top. Got it. So we got our guide cone in here. This is what's going to keep the, that's what's going to go right in the middle of the pivot track. Keep the whole plow running through the furrow right down the pivot rut. Then we're going to put those disc lister units, one over here, one over there, and hopefully all the geometry and everything will line up. And we're going to have to build some braces from here back down to brace this top mast here. Went through about right at 5 pounds. We had 10 rods left out of 5 pounds of welding rods. So hopefully our old welds here will hold. A lot of welding on these. We had a lot of gap to fill up. Looks decent. I could put one more cap pass on there, but it's just technically it's too far with the 1/8 rod. You're only supposed to go 1.5 times the width of the rod, so you wouldn't be adding any structure by capping over those two. But we got her braced in pretty heavy with some 1/2 flat strap on the corners here, welded top, bottom, over the top, ever which way. Went ahead and just welded our guide cone in. It's Monday, plenty chilly, wind's blowing a little bit, but we're gonna keep working on this project. Broke a bolt out of this hitch yesterday as I went and test ran it just a smidgen and didn't make it about 100 yards. These are pretty lightweight little bolts. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take these big bolts and just make a big hole down here, cut this out to where these big bolts will go through there, and we'll have a lot of strength and a lot of power on the hitch there. And then we've got to put our gussets in this direction. Well, we just ran out of oxygen acetylene, so we got to go swap the tanks back out and put the caps on. And Cheeto's going to go get that switched out. And I got to go pick Albert up. He's taking the 4560 to the paint shop. About 5 pounds of welding rods later, we have us a new plow. We took a Kraus. We got a Kraus roller cone, some scraps, and a Hamby top mast there. And nope, we used some JohnDeere parts. This was on a JohnDeere cotton stripper. These pieces, an old timey 283 tractor mount cotton stripper. That's the supports that hold the basket up. So we got 5 different implements combined into one. So comment in the comments below what color we should paint it. Leave it alone. Blue, black, white, orange. It's already kind of red, so it might be easier to go back red. I don't know. What color do you think, Cheeto?
Kind of like this.
I kind of do too.
Touch it up a little bit.
It tells the story. We'll see how good a welder Cheeto is. Wow. Cheeto.
No, Casey.
That looks really, really good. Albert's a good welder.
Yeah.
Albert builds a lot of stuff.
Just let you do it, because that way you can learn a little.
Got it all put together. Pretty stout looking plow. Got her braced up nice, everything welded out. Lot of work. Little change of scenery today. It is really cold. My pickup is showing 24 degrees. National Weather Service here is showing 22 degrees with a north wind at 17 and a wind chill of 8. So instead of welding outside, instead of doing projects outside, we are currently riding in tractors doing inside type of heater work. But I'm gonna hop out here. I'm gonna show you what Albert's working on today. I wanted to show you all this because this is an important step of getting our land prepped for planting and how we get rid of a lot of our cotton stalks. So what we got here is a roller cone stalk cutter. The front ones, when I ordered these were the narrow ones. I think those are 12 inches. And we went ahead and put another set on here, and these are the 18-inch ones. I really like the 18-inch ones better because it gives you a little more wiggle room. But essentially, this thing just goes through there, and it'll cut the stalks, chop them up. So this is a torsion bar, and this will flex. And it really fits the contour of the land a little better if you get some highs and lows. But Albert is running it on the 8320. We'll come back, we'll catch some footage of him just ripping with it. So, oh man, it's cold. I think it's snowing a little bit. It is. Woo! Chilly Willy. So a little fun fact, I bought this plow for 2,100 bucks. A long time ago, it was originally a disc lister. So those disc lister units we have on the pivot rut filler came off of this plow. And then I later on redid this bar, and I bought all these new torsion stalk cutters, clamps, and shanks. So this bar originally was a disc lister. We don't use a disc lister anymore. So I don't know if y'all can see those birds there. It's a bunch of geese. Those geese have been on this lake bottom since cotton harvest season, and this is all planted in wheat where I'm driving right now. As you can tell, you don't see any wheat. Those darn geese have been down here just flat eating our crops away. You get over here into the cotton stalks and you can start to see the wheat. You can kind of see those green rows. They start right here. And once we get to where we plowed and planted, the hunting season is over now. So we were hunting them, but man, they've really destroyed probably 50, 60 acres of wheat crop here. I'm hoping we'll get us some spring rain and this wheat will pop out of it. But you can just tell it just looks like dirt. From my eye, I can see it. I can see it this way. But I got a whole bunch, probably 1,000 geese over here. So we're about to go get them right now. Y'all ready? Punch it. You know, I kind of hate running them off, but they're just, what do you do? That stalk cutter's got 16 row units on it, 2 per each row. It does 8 rows at a time, and essentially those blades just go through here and mash these big cotton stalks down, and then just chops them up into sizable pieces. So like you can tell where that one's been hit, where my finger is, and over there. So it just chops them down just like you'd think a stalk cutter. Well, it cuts the stalks. We'll have to plant our new crop exactly on top of these cotton stalks. So we might end up coming back one more pass just to really try to break these stalks down and get stuff looking presentable to plant with. But we'll just essentially no-till this into milo. Those blades just flow through there, cut them up. So got a quite exciting thing happening next week. Today is February the 18th. Today is my granddad's birthday. He's 81 years old and he is retiring from farming. And he's gonna have a farm sale. So, got quite a bit of good equipment here. It's gonna be auctioned off. It's a cotton stripper. Got a really nice 8130 tractor here. Pretty low hour IVT and a really nice cotton planter. He's got some really good pieces here. Really nice John Deere shredder, just like the shredder we've been running. That one's a lot newer than mine. But after a long career of farming, long successful career of farming, he has decided that it is time to retire. So congratulations, Papa. So I went and swapped trucks. I've got to take this one up on a little road trip here in a little bit, and I want to warm it up. My dad bought a big plow up here, probably about 25 miles from where we're at. And we're headed up there in case he needs some air for the tires, or just make sure he gets hooked on good. And then he's gonna bring that plow back. You just never really know what could happen, or the pin might not fit, or you just don't know. So we're just gonna go help him get this big plow hooked up. So he's gonna hit the county roads for, about 8 miles. And he's gotta cross the interstate over a big bridge, and then he'll be on pretty rural roads the rest of the way. And we'll catch up with him here in a minute. Taking it.
Everything looks good.
Good. Well, they made it home, safe and sound in one piece. It's a Corral something 6200 field finisher. It's got disc on the front, on cylinders, those go up and down. And then a field cultivator with drag tines, and then baskets. Pretty nice looking plow. I think my dad did good. So the moment we've all been waiting for, is our trash gonna be treasure? Or is our trash still trash? Let's see how she rolls. There she is. She works. Cheeto, you cold?
Very.
It's literally freezing. worked out. It's looking really good. It's closing these pivot ruts up nice. It's making just a slight berm right where the pivot rut is. Well guys, I hope y'all have enjoyed the video of turning our farm trash into farm treasure. I think it worked out well. Still not for sure what we're gonna do on painting it. It's so cold right now, we might have to wait for the summer months, stick a coat of paint on that. But I hope y'all have enjoyed the video. If you liked it, give it a big old thumbs up. If you're looking to subscribe, click that Wild West Farmer logo there in the corner of your screen. And I'll see you next time. Appreciate it.